Hello, Year 6, and welcome back to Lesson 5 of our Destination Reader sessions about the book Cloudbusting. Remember, yesterday we read some really unkind poems that You Know Who, I think You Know Who is the bully, wrote about Davy. Today, we're going to continue reading. Let's recap first. Remember, words in red today are those very important vocabulary words or sentence starters that are important for you to use in your learning in Destination Reader. Those words, phrases, or questions in blue are there for you to answer. And anything in green shows that you will have time to pause the video and write your answers on a piece of paper or in your home learning book. As always, please check that you have a copy of the story, a strategy prompt, a pencil and a piece of paper, or your home learning book before we begin. If you don't have these things, pause the video now and go get them and come back when you're ready. Awesome. Now that everyone's ready, let's begin. All right. Let's keep reading Cloudbusting by Mallory Blackman. I wonder, are you enjoying the story so far? Please send me an email or write what you think so far on my USO. I'd love to know if you're enjoying the story. Today will be our last lesson using the strategy asking questions. So, one last time, and I hope we all get it. Why do good readers ask questions while they read? Pause the video now and write your answer. Well done. Yes, good job, Year 6. Good readers ask questions as they read because it helps them understand what's happening in the story. It also keeps the reader interested and makes them want to read more. I know that's true for me. I'm still wondering, who is Davy? Where did he go? Who is the bully? Why is he so mean? And that's definitely making me want to keep reading. I want to know what's going to happen. Before we begin, remember we need to look at some vocabulary. Let's do my turn, your turn. Our first vocabulary word is meekling. Meekling. Well done. Meekling is a noun. It's a person, place, or thing. And it's very informal language for a person who shows pathetic, quiet, or shy behavior. It's not a very nice word. You might call someone a meekling who you don't like. In our story, the bully calls Davy a meekling. Our next vocabulary word is grief. Grief. Grief is also a noun. It's a thing. It's also informal language to describe annoying or disturbing behavior. If your younger brother or sister is giving you a hard time, you might say, "They're giving me grief." Our third vocabulary word is bolt. Bolt. Well done. Bolt is a verb. Very quickly, out loud, Year 6, tell me, what is a verb? Yes, good job. A verb is a doing word. It's something that you do. Someone might bolt away from a scary situation. It means to run away quickly and suddenly. And our last vocabulary word is faint. Faint. Today, that word faint is an adjective. It's a describing word. It is not to faint or to fall over. That's not how the word is being used today. Today, it's being used to describe something. When we call something faint, we are describing something that can barely be seen or is faded or unclear. So maybe if you're writing on a piece of paper very lightly in pencil, The lines from your pencil are faint. Awesome job. All right, let's get reading. We are on Chapter 6. Take a second to find Chapter 6 in your book. Okay, is everybody ready? I can't hear you, Year 6. Is everybody ready? Well done. All right, let's get reading Chapter 6. Oh no, this picture doesn't look very nice, does it? Someone looks like they're pushing someone else. How rude. Let's read. Chapter 6. Putting the boot in it. Let's stop there. Before I even start, I have a few questions. Why is the poem written in the shape of a boot? And what does the phrase, put the boot in it, mean? Just looking at this page, Year 6, I want you to pause the video now and write one question you have about this chapter. Well done. I'm sure you came up with some really great questions. Now, let's read this chapter, Putting the Boot in It. Pick it up, Fizzy Feet. Fizzy Feet picked it up. Give it here, Fizzy Feet. Fizzy Feet gave it up. The bully despised Davy for a coward and a meekling. He gave Dave so much grief and hurt. He thought Dave was a weakling. So whenever it would suit him, he would gladly put the boot in. Let's stop there. Why does the bully hate Davy so much? And how does he give Davy grief? Pause the video now and write 2 questions you have about this chapter. Well done. All right. Let's keep reading. Year 6. I really want to know who the bully is. And I really want to know why he's so horrible. And I really want to know what happened to Davy. I can't wait to find out. Let's go on to Chapter 7. Look at this picture. And tell me, or tell an adult near you, or tell your younger brother or sister. What do you think is happening in this picture? Yes, I noticed that the boy on the right looks really angry. But the boy on the left, he looks quite content, doesn't he? He looks a bit unbothered. Let's read on and see why the author has chosen this picture to go with Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is called Standing Proud. Standing proud. Davy never shouted, never bolted. He stood his ground, he watched and he waited. He did not seem to realize the effect. Just standing there, not uttering a word, had on the class bully, the school bully. Let's stop there. He did not seem to realize the effect just standing there, not uttering a word, had on the class bully, the school bully. Well, I wonder what the effect was. What was that effect that his calmness had on the class bully? I also wonder, why did he never shout or bolt? I know that when someone's doing something I don't like, I certainly bolt away a lot of the time. So why didn't Davy? Year 6, I want you to use 2 different question words in 2 questions about this chapter so far? Pause the video now to write down your questions. Awesome job! Now let's continue reading to the end of chapter 7. A faint, sad smile would play across his lips as he stood there before the one who hurt him. A smile that just had to be wiped away, washed away, knocked away, smashed far away. But Davy just stood proud and never spoke. Let's stop there. I wonder, how did Davy continue to stand proud through all this bullying? I think that if I was going through that, I would be sad and upset or angry. I certainly wouldn't just be standing proud like Davy seems to be. How can he do that? Now I want to learn more about Davy. I also wonder, will the bully eventually be stopped? How? By who? Year 6, now it's your turn. I want you to write 3 questions you have about Chapter 7 using 3 different question words. Remember, our question words are who, what, where, when, and why. Pause the video now and write your 3 questions. Well done, Year 6. That's the end of our reading today. Next week, we'll continue to read Cloudbusting, and we will use some of our other reading strategies. Not ready strategies, reading strategies. Now, Year 6. A few things for you to do, either now after this lesson or over the weekend. Number 1, write your 3 biggest questions about Cloudbusting so far. What are those questions that you are really hoping get answered in our reading next week? I also want you to make a prediction about what will happen next in the story. Will we ever find out who the class bully is? Will we find out what happened to Davy? I don't know. And number 3, write a short poem about one of the characters we've met so far. It can be any kind of poem that you'd like. You can use the chapters we've read so far as inspiration. Your poem could rhyme, but it doesn't have to. It could be a haiku, but it doesn't have to. You could write any poem that you'd like. If possible, send your answers, your poems, your predictions, your questions to me and Mrs. Howard in an email or on my USO. We'd love to see your work, and have a great weekend. We'll see you next week to continue reading. Bye, Year 6.